right, welcome back to another episode of the Too Many Hobbies podcast presented by Tide We. I am your host, Brian Ellithorpe. Today, I have the Fallen Outdoors, specifically the Ohio, TJ and Scott from the Ohio chapter here. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, man.
So, you guys do a lot of hunting and fishing trips for veterans. It's a really cool operation to watch from the sidelines. My buddies, we were talking about it, but I have friends that run trips for you guys, and it's really cool to see what you guys do for veterans. And I'm glad that you guys reached out to come on, something I wanted to talk about anyway. So appreciate you guys jumping on. Scott, if you want to give kind of a background on who you are and your role with TFO.
Okay. I'm the Ohio team lead for the Fallen Outdoors. I took over the team about 3 years ago. We're growing at a tremendous rate. I found TJ at a pheasant hunting event at a different organization, and I asked him if he wanted to help take out vets fishing because he has a huge craft boat. And that's how I met TJ, and TJ is our team treasurer. So he handles all the finances for our team. And we were established in 2015 as a national organization. We have about 60,000 members nationally. You might see our logo currently on the Grizzly Pouches NASCAR, either on the rear fender or on the whole car. They gave us a Memorial Day car. We had all 7,062 veterans named from Afghanistan and Iraq that we lost. It was a very humbling and honoring experience that they did for us. We were also, last year, we hosted 373 vets on 70 trips in Ohio. And we post on our Midwest page of 5Ws of a who, what, when, where, why. All these trips are free of charge for veterans and Gold Star family members. And PJ pretty much runs the walleye side of our team. And we have I think 6 walleye captains that are on our pro staff. To be on our pro staff, you need to be a veteran. You need to host a minimum of so many trips and attend so many shows according to our SOP and our contracts. Each year, the contracts are renewed. So you can be on the team this year, you can't be on the team next year if you're not fulfilling those obligations. It's pretty much a relaxed thing. A lot of veterans self-isolate, and they just need that extra help getting in the outdoors or getting outside of their house. They just need a buddy sometimes.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's great what you guys are doing and getting the veterans out. And I know, like you're saying, like sometimes they just need somebody to take them out. Sometimes they don't have the gear to get out and hunt. But like these are top-notch hunts that you guys are putting together, and especially on the fishing side too. I mean, TJ, you can probably speak to that, but you guys find some people that run some pretty serious walleye operations as well.
Yeah, we work with some good charters. We've got, like Scott said, we've got 6 staffers with boats that their passion is walleye fishing on Lake Erie. Um, that's how I got into it. So I lost my large intestine like 5 years ago, and then I struggled finding that purpose. I ran into Scott, like he said, at the pheasant hunt, and I had a Tracker Pro Guide at the time, a 175, and I was kind of Facebook stalking guys, and they would be like, "Hey, I'm a vet looking to get out on the lake," and I would verify that they were actually a vet. So I was taking guys out sporadically like that, and then Scott, he told me about TFO, and it's kind of exactly the same way. Most of these organizations, they do big events. I was looking for something more personal, either one-on-one or get 2 or 3 vets out. So it kind of fell right into what I was looking for. I can take one guy out if they're struggling, or I'm up to 4 now with the new boat. I've got a 2025 Hughes-Craft. So it's good. It's therapy that I need. I love the lake. There's something about getting out there, and all the rest of the stressors are gone for the day, really.
Oh,
and
for
it's
sure.
something,
Yeah.
yeah, it's something that I want to share with these guys. We got a lot of vets that have never even seen Lake Erie, that have never caught walleye, so it's always fun to get them out. Once in a while, I'll offer to, for vets to bring a kid, which is absolutely amazing. I love
Yeah.
taking my kids out. So you see some of these vets and watching their kids reeling fish nonstop. It definitely makes their day. It's a trip for a lifetime for sure.
Oh
And
yeah.
a lot of times they want to give up their spot for their kid to catch the fish, or just make that memory with them. And some
Oh
of the
yeah.
duck hunts that we go on and everything like that are just, guys don't have the equipment, like you said, or the opportunity, or maybe even the six buddies to fill a boat. It's hard to fill a
Exactly.
boat with six guys at the price of the guided trips these days.
Right. Yeah.
But hunting is pay to play anymore.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, like you just said, getting. I mean, just if, Lake Erie in general. How many people come here to experience it? But like you're saying, it is. Just like everything else, it started to increase in price, and for you guys to be able to offer that to them for free, there's plenty of people that can't afford to go
Yeah.
do this stuff, and just getting the opportunity, especially if they can bring their kid, like that changes the whole game for them.
A lot of these charters, they're pushing $1,000, over $1,000, and
Right.
that's tough. For someone to cough up $200, $300 for their kid to go fishing with them,
Right.
especially. I mean, let alone themselves. So yeah, that's an awesome opportunity that we can offer that.
We also try to think out of the side of the box with our trips for our veterans a little bit. This year, we were actually able to fund some out of state hunts, um, to take Ohio veterans out of state on some big time hunts. We have 18 vets going to Michigan for Old Squaw on Lake Huron with Captain Seth. We have also 10 vets going to Lubbock, Texas to Open Plains Outfitters for Sandhill Cranes. That's in January. And then we also have 10 vets going to Tennessee for waterfowl hunters of West Tennessee, February 1st, the pit blind hunt, some of the fields down there with Kyle Jackson down there.
Those will be
So,
awesome.
yeah, it's about just under about close to about $20,000 in hunts after lodging and everything.
That sounds about
So,
right. Yeah. I
but
mean,
we're excited for that to like step into that new opportunity of expanding from the state of Ohio to other states, making it more memorable. Lifetime
yeah.
hunts, I would say, for some
Yeah.
guys.
Absolutely.
Well, and there's times that like, I mean, we were talking about it a little bit before we started, but like, if you can't handle the lake, like if you get sick, it'll be a memorable hunt, but just in a different way. Like
I'm there
if
every
you send them
time.
to a pit blind, there's really nothing that can go wrong. If
Right.
somebody's sick or they just don't want to be on the water or whatever the case may be, you can now offer something to them that will be a positive, memorable hunt
Yeah,
for them.
exactly.
Well,
Makes a big difference.
we have a couple guys that aren't really, don't really have good movement in their lower extremities, so they'll get stuck in the marsh. They can't walk in the marsh. The boat hunts for us on Lake Erie are vital for the vets or Gold Star family that can't like actually do the terrain of.
Right.
So we also, that's why the pit blind came in to a into fruition, because we'll be able to drive the guy right to the blind and put him right in the blind, and he won't have any problems and can still experience it. And I actually am fundraising to try to get you to come down there to be a videographer for our hunt down there on February 1st, so that we can have it for our shows and play at different events that we host.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, we'll work on that as well. I know that Brian had reached out to me and he mentioned it, and it would be an awesome thing to do. I mean, I'd be super honored to do it, but I mean, just being able to capture hunts for people in general. I mean, it's
Mhm.
like there's a lot of guys that go out and they'll take videos and stuff on their phone, but yeah, it'd be cool to capture that and have them be able to relive it, but then you guys have what you need to be able to spread the word. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, even like just outside of the pip line hunt, like going out of state for, it's I say it's easy. It's not necessarily easy, but it's convenient to hunt Lake Erie when you're in Ohio, because it's within generally 3.5 hours of wherever you're at in Ohio. But to be able to send people out of state and get them that experience, that I didn't know, that is awesome. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fundraising on the team treasurer side of things. TJ does a lot of our grants and all of our grants actually, and we send out letters to multiple organizations that have to use charitable contributions, and they just need to know where the funds are going and what they're kind of used for, and make sure it's you're going to do the right thing
Yeah,
on
for
our
sure.
end, and then we take them on the hunts. They have hunts of a lifetime. We also do 100 vets. We camp at East Harbor State Park. The Division of Natural Resources actually gave TJ the 40 campsites free of charge this year,
Wow.
and we had
Yeah.
all volunteer boat captains, local guys with boats. They don't have to be necessarily a whole charter captain, just guys with boats getting vets out. So we had 100 vets from 6 different states. So it's 2 days of walleye fishing, 2 days of catfishing, 2 days of bow fishing. It's just like fishing, fishing, fishing. You give up your sleep for fishing. You'll come off a walleye boat, get on a catfish boat, then possibly get on a bow fishing boat. And
Yeah.
then after that, but we just don't want guys sitting around at the camp. We just want them to be a hardcore fishing weekend. It's just, if you're not on a boat or on a shore fishing or lying in the water, it's kind of on you. You didn't want to go. The opportunities are there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know Brian was telling me about it, and I had something that weekend, or I would have offered my boat as well. That's what I think is so cool about what you guys do, is that there's so many people that are interested in it, and people that, like we talked about, can't really do it. But even just saying like, we could get you on one trip. No, you can go out and fish for 6 days, or
Yeah.
6 different ways to fish, and also get to camp. Like that,
Yeah.
that makes such
I
a
mean,
big experience for them.
it's free, free camping, free food. We got hot food all weekend. We had a guy there. He roasted 2 hogs on Saturday. He cooked 150 chicken halves on Friday night, all free for us.
Oh my gosh.
Um, we had breakfast donated by the local hospital, so we had hot breakfast and coffee both days. Yeah, it's just a lot of things come together to make it a great event, and it was an awesome event.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of moving parts there. TJ, what are like your main fundraisers then? Like, what are the biggest ways that you guys are raising all these funds?
So we do the outdoor shows. We do the Columbus Fishing Expo, the Open Season Sportsman Show. Scott and I, we go to a lot of the shows together, and then we get other staffers to bounce in and fill in for a day or two usually. And then we do Jurassic also.
Okay.
Jurassic's obviously one of our bigger shows. A lot of people there. The DNR has an outdoor fund grant, and we tap into that, and that's capped at $15,000. VFWs are local legions, Elks. Blue Star Moms is our big one this year. So they choose an organization annually to spotlight, and they kind of spotlighted our walleye bash. So I did a presentation for their big convention back in, I think, April it was, and then I give them my spiel about what we do. They brought some volunteers to the walleye bash to help serve food and stuff, and then they'll present us a big check next month, actually, here in about 4 weeks.
That's awesome.
Yes, and that'll we've been talking, and that's pretty much going to cover an enclosed trailer that we're looking at. I
Oh,
think should
nice.
cover that amount. It's a big upgrade that we need as a team. We've been kind of operating out of a little motorcycle trailer, a 4x8, and it's not sufficient for what we're doing.
No, I mean, if you're running to that many shows and stuff, or like whatever you need it for, it's a
Exactly.
big piece of equipment that you can definitely use.
Yeah.
That donation was vital. It's just was donated by the 𝐥𝐤𝐤 family, and we've been living out of that trailer for a couple years now, and we know it's time for an upgrade, but we'd rather spend our funds on getting the vets in the outdoors or on rather and suffer a little bit with the trailer than you know than get some nice trailer. It's just kind
Right.
of our team philosophy. We want them to spend as much time in the outdoors as possible. We
Yeah, it's
also have
something you
a
feel a little guilty about, but you know you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. We have a fundraiser shoot. It's usually in July at WR Hunt Club in Clyde, Ohio. It's usually 100 round clay course. Four people to a team. You don't have to have a team. You can show up as a single, and we'll put you on a team. It's just there'll be prizes for first, second, and third place. First prize gets to shoot with us at Elkhorn on a Veterans Day hunt. That's the first four winners. The second four winners usually get four um, Dometic coolers. We got a big Dometic cooler donation a couple years ago. We still have a few of them left. And then we also, third prize will get your 100 rounds of ammo back. And each first, second, and third will receive a plaque, a wooden plaque that says, the first, second, or third
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
fundraiser. So TJ puts a lot of time into the fundraising, and he has a 20 veteran hunt at Elkhorn on Veterans Day. So that takes a lot of our funds too. But it's that hunt is phenomenal. It's a tower shoot, and then you go to the fields and clean up the birds you missed.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those
Yeah.
those tower shoots are sweet.
Yeah. It's a fun time. That's a lot of rounds going down range.
Yeah, yeah. That's a lot of birds. They're flying
Yeah.
out, and like you said, you can go clean them up. But it's cool. You probably get a lot of people. It's cool to get that many people. You can't walk 20 people in a field very
Mhm.
easily. So it's like getting everybody together. Sharing that tower shoot's probably a
Yeah.
really really
But
nice.
we split up and we hunt the field after that. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
And also, as a veteran, we have four different Facebook pages. There's the Midwest page, the Southern region page, the East Coast region, and the West Coast region page. As a veteran, you can apply for a hunt in any region. It's free of charge. Just follow the 5 Ws and what it says to get out there. You might have to cover your own license. You might have to cover your own lodging. It will say
Okay.
that in the post. But you're not held to your region or your state, as you can apply for any hunt.
Okay.
So you
That's what I
can
was
be
going to ask about is what the different regions are and how people are getting in touch with those different regions or where they're doing the different hunts.
so a lot of times too is during the walleye bash we'll seek out other states that have never been to Lake Erie, like
Okay.
North Carolina comes. We got a team from I think PA comes, New York came, um, Michigan, Indiana came, just to name a few. So like next year we'll seek out a couple other states that have never caught walleye and try to get those vets up here.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me those links for the different Facebook pages, and I can link them as well. If anybody's listening to this that isn't like in this area, they can reach out, or if they are in this area and they wanted to seek out those other areas to get those experiences, then we can try to spread the word on that. So, did TFO start in Ohio, or did it start somewhere else and then make its way to Ohio?
Yes, it's started in Washington State. The organization started. Eric Bachman or Bakken uh, is the one that started the organization in honor of his a buddy of his that was killed in the army. And I forget what's his name. TJ, do you remember?
So yeah. Eric and his buddy, I think his name was um
Um,
his last name is Finnegan,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah, they had this dream about helping vets. They were avid outdoorsmen, and they had an idea about getting other vets therapy through the outdoors, which they loved. These were big waterfowl hunters and fishermen that just loved the outdoors in general. and they kind of had this idea, and then his buddy Finn ended up getting killed in Afghanistan. So Eric came back and kind of started it in his name, in his honor, and it spread from the West Coast out east. So we're a newer team. I think Ohio was established in 2020. So Washington and Oregon, they got really established, bigger teams. But yeah, it's grown into something pretty amazing that we got vets that travel across the country, and they're catching paddlefish in Missouri, and they're catching king salmon in Michigan. They're hunting caribou, elk hunts out west and stuff. It's crazy. Just it's unlimited amount of stuff. If you love the outdoors, there's a million opportunities for you across the country through TFO, the Fallen Outdoors.
And at one point, I was like just a veteran tagging along. I was in a dark place in Louisiana, and the team lead at the time, Dominic, was like, "Hey, let's go hunt these rice fields, shooting teal." And I'm like, really didn't touch firearm for a long time after the military, and then he's like, "Here, use my gun. Here's a hoodie. Here's a jacket. Here's this. Let's go. Let's go." And like, I never thought I'd shoot ducks in the rice fields of Louisiana. Like
Right.
it was like, and then I kind of became a pro staffer with them. I became a pro staffer on Team Ohio. Then things kind of fell into place where I became the Ohio team lead, and then I started to try to build quality staffers around me, and that's where I found TJ. And like, so I came through the whole thing of TFO, was a vet that needed help or needed the most, needed a buddy or needed, hey, take me along. And it's like me and TJ kind of talk a lot of times sometimes, and it says like we need TFO as much as TFO needs us in the state, like to keep going and just get other vets out. And it isn't always like about the harvest or anything. It's just about the camaraderie, to being with another vet, them to unwind from their family that they probably are always, just maybe always just in a bad mood or something, and lighten their mood to go home. And sometimes their wives say like it's a whole changed person coming back after a trip, or the vet itself would say like, hey, I had an awesome time. Like we did a 20-person bear hunt, 10 from Pennsylvania, 10 from Ohio. We stayed at a guy's lodge over there and we had a 16 by 16 tent that we put up. And guys stayed up all night playing cards and playing dominoes and playing spades, like we did in the military, and said, my face hurts from smiling so much and laughing and joking. I haven't been this happy in a long time. And that's what we really do it for. We don't do it for like, the harvest. Yeah, that's the fun part, and feeding the family, and but the time in the blind, the time in the stand is really what the veteran is like really wants, sitting with a buddy, just laughing and joking. Or we have a camp this weekend at opening day is this weekend in Ohio for archery. We have a 110-acre lease in Lawrence County. And on that lease, we have a 12 by 24 shed that we build into our lodge. We have heat, AC in there. We have 4 bunk beds donated by Good Nights of Lorain County. They build bunks for veterans and kids that so they don't sleep on the floor. They gave us 8 sets of linen, 8 hand-made quilts from Sewing for Service. They really provided essentials for our lodge down there, and I can't thank them enough. Roger over there was awesome and really taking care of us. He's a veteran himself. It's an extremely steep terrain at our lease. It's like 650 at the camp and like 980 to the top of the ridge. So it's like the hill of death, I call it. But
Yeah.
once you get up there, you don't want to come down, and you better shoot a big one because you don't want to be dragging it. Make sure it's
Yeah.
one like that. But
Yeah.
we're
Most of the vets get there after sunset on Friday night, and then Saturday morning. they get to start their climb before the sun comes up, and they're wondering what the heck did I get myself into.
They
Typically,
see this huge hill, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know this was gonna happen."
Right, right.
yeah, we
And
try to warn them. We try to put difficult terrain, but as much warning as I put out there in my last hunt that I hosted, they said that wasn't enough warning. So we're trying to make it accessible. Obviously, um, we put a lot of work into it. The lodge itself. Um, we hauled, we hauled by foot all the stands and the feeders up to the top of the ridge last fall. The lease is 50% paid for through DNR grant funds, which is awesome. The landowner is, he gives us a great deal. He works with us with everything. A really good dude to work with, actually. And it's becoming something pretty special. And like Scott said, it's not just about harvesting the deer up there. We want to make it homey and enjoyable. That way, the vets can relax and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's a
even put a
different.
TV in there.
It's a different aspect with deer hunting because you're generally by yourself. So it's different than the waterfowl aspect where like you can have six people sitting in a blind or a boat and they get to sit there and talk. Same with like fishing. You're in the boat together. You can kind of share that camaraderie that you were talking about. So it's cool that you guys are creating that outside of the stand for deer hunting down there and giving them still that same, environment, just not during the hunt.
Exactly.
Well, we could see like the difference in the hunter. I guess you can see earlier in the year, like right now, as you could see the hardcore bow hunter, and he
Yeah.
wants to be in the stand by himself. He don't care about humping up the hill or anything. He just going,
Yeah.
like. And then later, when it starts to get colder, you can see the guys that want to sit in a pop up blind with a buddy heater, or you could see that the how do I say this, the thought of like process of the hunter, like what do they value? Do they just want to be in a tree stand by themselves, or do they want to sit in the stand with somebody? And the later in the year hunts are like the guys want to sit in a stand. So we do have pop up blinds. We do have climbers. You're able to bring your own saddles. You're able to do pretty much any type of hunting. We have 5 stands set up with 5 feeders. We also bought buck muffins this year. They come out of Kansas. We bought them from Mike's Roofing in Newark. It's like 220 pounds, and it's a huge like mineral block feed.
Okay.
And they were a pain getting them up the hill.
I can
But
imagine.
yeah, they should last a long time for us. And we're doing the best we can with, starting with nothing. So it's a pretty,
Yeah.
it was a bare shed, and TJ went down there and put a floor in by himself. He put all the insulation up by himself, spent a weekend down there. We do host volunteer events down there where, fill the feeders, build the bunks last weekend, cut firewood, everything that you would do as a deer hunter yourself at your own deer camp. We try to give them the opportunity to.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that that's the first uh like lease or property that you guys have in Ohio that you're managing?
Yes,
That's
we
awesome.
have dreams of a duck lease, but you know how expensive they can be.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, probably Ohio's a great spot to duck hunt, but if you were gonna pay money for a lease or something, you may look outside of Ohio too, and it could give you guys an opportunity of sending more people out of Ohio too.
Well, like it comes down to some of the guys are able bodied and want to try to do it themselves and learn to duck hunt. When some guys just can't and they just got to sit in the boat. And
Yeah,
the guides kind of help us out a lot because nobody wants to give up their spot
yeah,
that they have, because you don't want, you know, hey, that vet you just took be in your spot next weekend.
right, yeah,
But it's all in good fun. And it doesn't have to be hunting and fishing. It can be mushroom hunting. It could be hiking. It
right,
could be competition cooking. You're just trying to get the veteran like in the outdoors or out from not self-isolating.
Yeah, just
And,
out of the house. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, that's a
But,
cool idea to have something where it's not specific to hunting. It can be, like you're saying,
hmm
but you can use it. It's kind of like a utility property. You can use it for whatever you really want.
Right. We can there's a limit to how many we hunt down there. But we can camp as how many ever we want. It connects to and is in Wayne National Forest.
Oh, okay.
So like they the vet can take off and go as far as they want on public land,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, that's
So I
awesome.
mean, I think Wayne National Forest is like 200,000 acres of public land.
It's huge. Yeah.
So
Well, and that's a
and
good spot down there to turkey hunt too. So then you could start offering that as well.
yeah, we did do a couple turkey hunts down there this year. I did, but it wasn't. We weren't really successful. So we hunted a lot on Wayne National and not our lease as much. We have a lot of woods, so
Okay.
we're um we're opening up little areas to make better habitat for the wildlife, to hold more deer, hold more turkey. We ain't got a problem with the coons, that's for sure.
Be trapping a bunch of them this winter. That's for sure.
Well, I can
Yeah.
imagine. Hey, you guys could run some coon dogs down there and make a whole thing out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and that's another thing. We just post on the page, "Hey, we need somebody with coon dogs to run them," and you'll somebody will come out of the woodwork. The Midwest page has, I think,
Oh, yeah.
24,000 members. So, like this weekend, that deer hunter coming in, one of them is driving 6.5 hours away just to hunt
Jeez.
our lease. You
Yeah.
know, like a 3-day hunt in Ohio, I think with lodging is like 1,500, and
That sounds
outfitter
about right.
charges like a DIY hunt.
Yeah.
So that alone, we're saving, the veteran a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Being able to, well, and like you were saying too, people that want to learn how to do it, they can come be involved in like you're saying, clearing out spots for if you want to do turkeys or you want to open up areas for deer to feed or put food plots or going out and set you know putting feeders out, filling feeders, and just kind of giving them more of like the rounded experience that you don't get if you're just paying for a guided hunt or if you're paying to go to a lease or whatever. It's kind of something that gives them the full experience as opposed to just saying, "Hey, go sit in the stand and then come back to the lodge later."
Mhm. Like TJ too. Also, he is a trapper. He likes trapping, so he does that side of the thing for our team also. So a lot of guys are interested in trapping. It's like a dying art, or not many
Yeah,
guys do it anymore. So he it's a we do a lot of educational stuff too. Guys learning, you know,
Yeah,
trying
so
to get.
it's a way to get out there in January and February when it's
oh yeah,
miserable outside. Figure out a way to stay busy outside. That's the big part of it.
oh for sure, yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
like you said, there isn't a lot of people that trap anymore.
yeah. I know the Ohio State Trappers Association. They do workshops across the state, and that should be starting here soon, if not already. So I'm gonna try to get on a couple of them and see if they can give me like 5 slots to bring some vets from our page.
Well, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, super educational. I've taken my oldest boy to 2 of them, and he absolutely loves it. Trapping muskrats up in the marshes is a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it'll be an interesting one for sure.
yeah. Well, it's just something else that you can offer. I mean, you can't really have too much. With the amount of following that you guys have and the people that you're providing all this stuff to, it's like it just gives everybody more opportunity to get out, do something. It doesn't even it doesn't really matter what it is. And I'm sure that there's a lot of people sitting around going, "Oh, well, just for me to get out of the house, I wouldn't mind going and learning how to trap muskrats or coons or whatever it is, and
Yeah,
kind of learn just to learn more." I mean,
I mean, the name of your podcast, "Too Many Hobbies," is right on point with that. I mean, trying to fill every part of the year, with some kind of passion for the outdoors. It's yeah,
well, there's a
something
lot to
else.
do. I mean, like in our area alone, in just in Ohio. I mean, how many different opportunities do you have to get
Oh
outside?
yeah,
365 days a year, there's something to do. If there's ice, you can ice fish. If there's, you can fish all year long.
Yeah.
There's not really a time that you can't fish and catch
Right.
fish. And then the
I,
duck
I, I'm
hunting, the
from
deer
I'm from
hunting.
Central Ohio. I'm from Columbus
Yeah,
area originally, and I didn't move up here till I got out of the military. My wife's from up here, and I had a limited amount of trips to Lake Erie on
yeah,
charters over the years as a kid. I was never into waterfowl hunting. I didn't grow up hunting at all, just really fishing a lot in the rivers.
yeah,
Ultralight for smallmouth and fishing farm ponds for bass. Um, yeah, when I got out in 2011, a couple buddies got me into waterfowl hunting, and then I was fishing the piers for walleye during the fall, and
yeah.
I fell in love with that. But yeah, just it's a whole different outdoor experience up here. It truly is. The Great Lakes in general is something special.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much history here, like you're saying, but it's the history, the opportunity. There's just so much to do, and I talk to people at the boat ramps all the time. They're from North Dakota, Wisconsin, Maine, North Carolina. I mean, just everywhere, and it's like they're coming here to experience that.
Right.
And if they're dragging their own boat, like you're not really saving any money compared to like doing a charter. But I mean, how many people do you see that are paying for charters? Like
Exactly.
everybody wants to experience it. And I just think it's so cool that you guys are able to offer that to people that have served and give back to them in that aspect. Like there's there's a lot, like the amount of people that are chartering up here are also willing to take them out and donate those hunts
Absolutely.
and fishing experiences as well.
One of our next major goals is to have a fish camp, maybe at Wild Wings, to where
Oh
it's like
yeah,
a hub from or in that area, so that our vets could have lodging while going out on our fishing trips and actually be able to stay at a camper. That's one of our goals for like the beginning of next year. We also do the walleye bass trips. We make sure that the vets, we put out a post already like, hey, if you're gonna fish our events during the fall brawl, you need to like be signed up or
yeah.
you can't go because none of our volunteer captains are gonna lose out on the cash. But like I said, all of us are volunteers. We do this like we don't get any funds from national. We this is all out of our own pocket. We driving across the state, taking these guys out on. When TJ takes guys out on his boats, it's all his own funds. He's actually putting, a lot of money out there, just himself, just to get guys out because that's his passion. Like same thing with the other guys, like your buddy Brian. He gave us like 6 guys out on a layout boat, and that's gonna be a great experience. TJ's going on that. He's never been on a layout boat, so it'll be a good time.
That'll be interesting.
It is.
And
I It's a very different experience. It
Yeah.
is. It's like, I don't know if you've ever hunted out of a kayak, but it's like that except just in the middle of nothing.
Sounds
But
wonderful.
it's very, it's just way different. I try to explain to people, like, you don't understand what looking a diver in the eyes on the water at like 8 yards really
yeah,
feels like until you do it. And
Yeah.
that's
right.
what it is. I mean, you're laying out there and you're just like, I mean, you'll be in a 2-man layout boat, so you'll have somebody next to you. But I mean, you're just laying there and you're just looking around. You're like, there's shoreline out there, but I'm not anywhere near it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a
Yeah.
coastline hunt where you're just like, oh, I could jump off and pee behind me or do whatever. It's like,
Mhm.
there's something to be said about it. It's a way. I've been doing it for almost 10 years now, and I still get like butterflies when I get in there and I start seeing big wads of
Yeah.
bluebills or redheads or buffies coming in. It's just a way different experience, but it is awesome that like Brian is able to offer that for you guys, and the people get to experience that. Something like we were talking about at the beginning, like layout hunting and diver hunting in general is very expensive because there's just a lot of gear. Like you need a
Mhm.
big boat, you need a bunch
Mhm.
of decoys, and like for layout hunting, you need a big enough boat to hold a layout boat and all the decoys and the people. And it's
Yep.
just, it starts to add up. It's not
Yeah.
something that people that are going to do it once a year or once every 2 years are going to spend the money to do it.
Right.
And that's what in our area is nice, that the guides are able to offer that to people, and they don't have to spend a ton of money to experience what we get to experience up here. But the layout thing is just, it's going to be, you're in for a wild ride.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's
It's
what last year on the old squaw hunt, like we had a couple guys with us that never did it layout hunted before, and I'm like, wait till they get real close to you, and
yes,
they're like, no, they're not gonna. I'm like, they're gonna get like 10 yards from you. You're gonna be
yeah.
able to look them right in the face. No, no, and then they're like, whoa, those things were close. They were right on top of me. I'm
Well, and
like,
old
yeah.
squaws too are so fast. I mean,
Hmm.
it's like they're coming in Mach 20, and you're trying to keep up with them. You shoot,
Yeah.
and then you look, you realize I was 10 foot behind that bird, and
Yeah.
you're trying to lead it. It's like it's not moving. These divers, it's different with the divers too, because they come low, they're fast. It's like shooting teal. Like teal
Right.
come in real fast, and they don't
Yeah.
really like, they kind of just bomb into the decoys. They don't really like sit down, and then it's kind of how the divers are. But there has been times where you got a bluebill coming straight in at you, and you shoot it, and like you can reach over to the boat next to you, like right in the water, and grab it. Like they
Yeah.
just skip right in. You're like, oh, okay. Like that doesn't happen when you're mallard hunting. Like
Yeah.
every once in a while, maybe they'll kind of flutter towards the blind, but it's just a way different experience. Like you're in for it, TJ.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm
We're
looking
we're
forward to
we're real thankful of all the guides and outfitters that actually help us. Like we couldn't do what we do without them. They all provide an outstanding service and really take care of us and the veterans and the Gold Star family members, and we couldn't really do what we do without them. A lot of times, like you said, with the boat and the gear, and then a lot of times they're actually maybe a free trip or discounted rate. They're going the extra mile to help us. So like we really couldn't thank them enough. Like outstanding captains we work with.
Yeah, I think what Gaggin Guide Service, Seth Gaggin, Foul Hooked, Ken Lewis, right? What's that? Preacher Captain Charters? Is that what that
Yeah,
is?
Captain Ken's
Captain
Wild
Ken.
Wings. Yep.
And then Twisted Lines, Greg Kipps, Real Easy, Brandon Westerman, and Chip Hall. I don't know if there's any other charters that we work with as often. You think of any?
Matt Huckabee's helped us out before.
Huckabee.
Um, just a couple. If I'm missing anyone, I'm
Shore
sorry,
Shore
but
Patrol. So Shore Patrol is the boat fishing that comes through our
yeah, Shore
walleye back.
Patrol. Yeah, John Murphy is with uh, and then Mike Tibbs owns Shore Patrol, and I think there's another one in there. But we, they really make it happen for us. This year we also bought some air bows for the disabled guys that couldn't
Oh, okay.
pull back the bow for bow
Yeah.
fishing. So we put red dot scopes on them, so they pump up to like 65 psi. You get 65 shots out of them,
They're
and
crazy.
they look like an AR.
Yeah.
They're pretty sweet. And so the guys that can't really pull back are really having a phenomenal time. And actually, Mike Tibbs runs his trips on the Ohio River, so he actually during the walleye bass drives all the way up, spends the weekend. He does a lot of stuff for us, and we can't
Yeah.
thank Mike enough. But yeah, I mean, it's just I think sometimes guys overthink it, but it's just about getting guys out fishing. If you're going, like, hey, tag along, let's go. It doesn't have to be some major 100-person event. It can be like, hey, let's go squirrel hunting, and
Right.
that time in the woods is therapeutic. Like the sun, I tell people I got more help from the sunrises and sunsets than I ever did sitting at the shrink.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I try to get them the same opportunity, whether it's in the duck blind or the deer woods, or you know, to do some healing. And that alone time in nature makes you feel small, makes you you're little in the whole world, I think. So it's just
Yeah, it's
really
very
rewarding.
therapeutic. That's for sure.
It's also nice when there's a rookie along and you watch them like they might get stuck or they fall or something. So it's always kind of funny too,
Yeah.
until it's you. But like I'm stuck in the muck. I'm like, well, I can't help you, bro. I'll get stuck too. You got to
Yeah.
We've
figure it
all
out,
been there. We
you
have
know.
all been there.
Right? It's like, oh, I could walk there fine. I'm like, go ahead and try it, buddy. So
Yeah, the
it's
marsh will definitely humble you in a
yeah.
heartbeat.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
it's a you know I'm glad I reached out to you, and I hope that you could, come on a couple of those hunts. Even if it's not Tennessee, I know we usually have a photographer at the Elkhorn hunt, a professional. She's awesome, but we've never had anything videotaped for our team, and so that's a major goal, like of mine too. Also with the fish camp is to have some type of video. Wisconsin just came out with a YouTube video for an 8-man goose limit. So they
Nice.
put it on YouTube. I shared that. But I would kind of want something like that for our state to play at the shows to kind of, see, people can see actually a hunt or,
Yeah.
guys getting together or, service men and women getting together
Yeah.
to go out. And, it's really hard to find a female service member that likes the outdoors. It's like 3% of the population.
Yeah.
So there's not many female service, members that are in the outdoors. So
Yeah.
we, you know, we would like to expand that. There is
Right.
a TFO women's team like that is just does female hunts only, and that's part of the national. Then, as a female, you can apply for those hunts free of charge. They're all over the country, but there's just a female TFO too to get women in the outdoors.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's I can see like where the having video and I mean in this day and age having video, having photo, like content to put out there to get in front of people, that's really the only way to spread your message or like grow what you've got. So yeah, I mean I'm always on board to help you guys out. So just know that TJ, you might see me on this layout hunt because I don't have anything going on that weekend now, and I might go out and shoot some video and some photo out of
That'd
my
be
own
awesome.
boat with Brian. So might see you out there for that. But
Heck yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's plenty of opportunity to get together and make that happen. So I'm always happy. We'll talk, you know, plenty. I'm sure to figure
Mhm.
that out. But yeah, it'd be cool to have something that you guys could like take a screen in your nice new trailer, and you can put that up and like kind of just show some of the stuff that you guys do. I mean, it's I'm sure that there's like you guys have enough people where the word probably spreads enough, but there's got to be people out there that don't even know that resource is available to them.
Yeah. Yeah, the first 2 years, we hammered every outdoor show, and our that was our main goal was, reaching out to the vets
Yeah,
and kind of helping build the platform in Ohio. And I mean, we did pretty damn near every outdoor show that we could get a hold of. We were there. But yeah, now it's we cut back a little bit. We do the bigger shows. We focus on talking to the vets first and foremost, informing people about what we do, and then the fundraising part, either raffle or whatever it is we're doing at the show. But yeah, I think we've done a great job getting that message out there, getting the platform out there, and now we can really focus on just executing and getting the events together, the trips together,
yeah,
which is a lot more fun than
oh yeah,
sitting at a show all weekend long, away from the family. That gets rough.
oh yeah,
During show season, February and March, being away every other weekend or every weekend, whatever it was.
yeah,
Yeah, it takes a toll on the family life. So
oh yeah.
it's
Well,
a
and now
lot.
there's
It's a
so many
lot better
shows
now.
coming out that it's like trying hard to keep up with how many shows there are.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all out of town, so we would get Airbnbs for the weekend for the team, and whoever comes, they're welcome to stay. But Yeah.
It's still rad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Do you guys have any like big things coming up that you wanted to talk about that you haven't broadcasted yet?
I think Scott covered the waterfowl hunts. We got the big Veterans Day pheasant hunt at Elkhorn Lake. Um, I, I'll probably end up doing weekly fall brawl trips, is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I do walleye Wednesdays in the springtime, so I try to get out every Wednesday while my kids are at school. So I'll probably do either day or evening trips on Wednesdays again for the brawl. That would be nice. It keeps me consistent getting out on the water. I got a nice boat sitting in the driveway.
Yeah.
I like it being on the water,
Yeah.
but I'm also limited. I got some issues, so I'm limited physically. How often I can get out. 2 to 3 days a week is definitely my limit
Yeah.
personally. It takes its toll on me. But yeah, we got other guys looking at it, so there's going to be hopefully lots of brawl trips, which is something we talked about last year and didn't quite implement. So hopefully it'd be nice to see like 15 to 20 trips, during the brawl.
Oh, that'd be
Get
great.
get these vets an opportunity just to get in and experience it. I mean, it's by far my favorite time to go walleye fishing.
Oh yeah.
No, November is my favorite month for sure.
It's a
The
lot
beginning
less
of
windy.
December, it's cold. I prefer cold over hot, anyways. I got the hard top on the boat now, so it keeps you out of the wind and the waves.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
like, let's go duck
big
hunting.
fish with big bellies.
I'm like,
Yeah.
let's go duck hunting. He's like, no, it's fishing season. I'm like, no, it's duck season. What are you doing, bro? He's
That's
like,
the
no,
two
I'm
different
going
mindsets
fishing.
on Lake Erie in the fall. You're either duck hunting or you're fishing. But what's
Yeah,
nice about the
exactly. I'm
fishing
like,
is
what are
they'll
you
pick
doing?
pick up the ducks for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
hmm
No, that's awesome.
And then
Um,
we're just thankful, and we built this from the ground up when we had a donation from like Team Indiana from their like coyote hunt fundraiser, and that's pretty much how we got our funds to get going. And then for a long time, we're scraping by each show to just make
yeah.
funds to make trips happen for like we'd have to pay out something, pay it back, pay out something, pay living robbing Peter to pay Paul just to get going, and now we're sitting in a way better
Oh
position.
yeah,
And
we brought in over $85,000 this year alone. We spent over 51. We'll be pushing. We've got right now about um, $15,000 that we have committed to certain events, the pheasant hunt, and some of the duck charters, our lease that we paid for. So we'll have brought well over 100 grand in for the year. Hopefully we'll have spent. It'll be kind of tough to burn through those funds by the end of the year, but
oh, I
Scott's
can
got
plan the
Scott's got all
trips,
kinds
don't
of
worry.
all kinds of guided trips booked up right now. So I'm sure
Yeah.
I'll be sending checks out left and right
Yeah.
um, to get this paid for and get vets out. So yeah, it's as far as financially, we're crushing last year's numbers, and last year crushed our previous year's numbers, and
And
it's we
once
couldn't
again,
do it without the donors, donors and sponsors, and a lot of time spent out exposing ourselves, what we do, getting the name out there.
and to reiterate, we're volunteers. Everybody on our pro staff is a volunteer. Nobody gets paid. We're doing this free of charge, even all the way up to the national level. The presidents, everybody in TFO is a volunteer. Nobody gets paid. We're just doing this to, spread the message that Eric started, and remembrance of Finn, and just kind of keeping it going, keep guys in the outdoors. So
That's
we,
awesome.
once again, it's all free of charge, and we couldn't do it without our donors and sponsors.
Now, if anybody
Absolutely.
wants to become a volunteer, like offer trips or anything, how do they go about doing that?
Well, you can either contact myself or TJ. We have both emails. My email is the oh.lead at thefallenoutdoors.org, and you can message me on Facebook. My name is Scott Kobylski. Um, just it doesn't have to be an extravagant hunt. It can just, or a fishing trip. It can be like, hey, I got a piece of property. We have a donor this year. He is never killed a doe on his property. He's allowing us to do herd management this year. So he's allowing us to bring a vet that's never killed a doe before, or any deer, harvest a deer, and they're gonna harvest a deer on his property, and they've never killed a doe on that property. So it's kind of, it's a way that we use to help manage people's properties and get the vet in the outdoors at the same time, because nobody wants to give up their shooter buck or anything like that. But they might have too many does that they'll let a vet take a whack at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
those
plenty
are
of vets
fun.
that would just jump at the opportunity to put some meat in the freezer.
Oh
So
yeah,
they're not hunting for horns. They're hunting for, I mean, literally to eat. So
yeah,
And
those kind of opportunities are great.
that's great.
one thing we did miss is we also do a beef raffle, and it usually goes till the first week of June. This year we ran it late and went into July, but it's usually over. We started probably around February and run it to June time frame during the show months. But there'll be two winners. Each winner wins half a cow in a freezer, a 10 cubic freezer, and we ship the freezer to you. But you have to pick the beef up at Rossbert's Meat Market in Norwalk, and they'll cut it however you want. We just host a fundraiser, and usually that's through Zephy. And we're building a QR platform to where you can just sign up to be a volunteer through that QR code. But that's in the works right now.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a what you guys offer for these vets is so great, and like the fundraising that you guys are able to do, TJ, like you were saying, getting that much fundraising, that's incredible.
Yeah, it would be really nice. Step it up a little bit, and um, I hate soliciting with a passion. I really do. I don't like begging for stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but
I'll get
if
my
we're if
hand out there.
yeah,
Don't worry.
but if we had better relationship with not so much guys but outfitters, and we could offer to, when we do these fishing trips and hunting trips, to, hey, you come fishing and we give you a fishing pole. There's a lot of organizations that do stuff like that.
yeah,
And it helps, attract a lot of vets. But it's nice for them to not only walk away with, a cooler full of walleye fillets, but maybe a couple fishing poles, or
right.
um, some fishing bibs or something. I mean, something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, it would be nice to start working that angle, I think, and offer more
I
to the
think we need
vets.
to. We're this year we were talking about we need more of a corporate sponsor. Where if we could find a really good corporate sponsor, we would you know be very successful, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I've in the same way with the YouTube channel. Like I hate asking people for stuff, and generally people will reach out, but there's a lot of companies that are willing. They're just so busy that they don't reach out to say, "Hey, I'll give you this." It's one of those, like, if you ask, generally they're pretty accepting of it, but it's just starting the conversation. I hate doing it too. It's
Yeah.
tough. Like it, and even if they sponsored like the fundraisers or whatever, it's at least a good first step. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's not
I
my
see that
favorite thing.
you're sponsored by Taiwi also.
Yeah.
So they actually take care of us and give us a TFO code also. So
Oh, that's
they
great.
really, for the national organization, we have a code through them. And national works on different discount codes for the pro staffers. And so a lot of companies do work with us at the national level, but all the funds raised in Ohio stay in Ohio, so they don't go up to the national level or any other level. So we pretty much produce our own funding.
That's great. Well, to end this off, I like to ask people if there's a hobby that you could take on that you haven't yet. What would you want to take on? TJ, we'll start with you.
I've never turkey hunted. That's a big one.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, people ask me all the time. I'm like, I can only have so many hobbies, just financially. But that's one that's probably it's on the the more inexpensive side of things, and that's probably something I'm gonna try to jump into in the
Oh, that's
spring.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
I shot my first turkey this past season, and it was. I'm not a huge deer hunter. Like,
yeah,
if I can deer hunt, I'm waterfowl hunting instead. It's
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah, and so like I I didn't know if it would feel the same way, and I don't know if it's just something with birds or what. But I shot that turkey, and it was like the craziest experience.
Adrenaline that we're pumping, dude. Them
Yeah,
gobbling
I mean,
right in
like
your
I've
face.
shot deer. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't feel the same as shooting a deer. It was like it was a whole show. It was
yeah,
crazy. So if you
yeah.
get
For
that
me, for
chance,
me,
you'll love it.
for me, deer hunting has more evolved from me hunting to taking my boys out. My boys are 15 and 8, and my 8-year-old shot his first deer last year, and
Oh,
I would
nice.
prefer to watch and experience that 100 times over than kill my own
Yeah,
deer. And honestly, and yeah, that's more where I'm going. Building my boys up into the outdoors is kind of turning into my new hobby.
yeah, and I have a 4 year old, so it's kind of the same thing. But I take him fishing all the time,
Yeah,
and just getting to like if I hook a fish, I just hand it over to him because I'd rather watch
exactly.
him reel
All
it
day
in
long.
than me do it. But sometimes he's like, oh, I want to net it, and it's like, oh, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say no to reeling this fish in. But
yeah,
I think it's also nice as a parent when you do that because you then are just you're infinitely able to go whenever you want. If you say like,
absolutely.
oh, I'm take so and so wants to go fishing, it's like I'm not gonna tell them no.
Right?
Like
I
finally.
have to go fishing now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
no, that's a great one. Scott, what about you?
Um, I would have to say I'm a turkey hunter and a bow hunt. I mean, a turkey hunter and a duck hunter mostly, but I don't have any Buckeye big bucks, Ohio bucks, on the wall. So this year I won a Raven crossbow in a raffle.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna try to hit the woods and try to get something a little bit out past the ears to put on the wall,
Yeah,
maybe. Something nice, but
big buck
you know.
hunter.
But I mean, I don't know. I like throwing up in boats. I don't know.
There's something about it you can't get away from.
Yeah, chumming, dude, chumley. Here I come.
Yeah, yeah. Then you
Like,
have TJ come behind you with the fishing boat,
well,
getting
that's
all the chummed up fish.
oh, well, that's another thing, man. I've been out. He's like, "Come on, let's go out." I'm like, "How far are we going?"
Yeah,
I'm like, "How like?" Because I mean, I literally take the Dramamine. I
yep.
got the bracelet, the beat bracelet. I got the doctor behind the ear patch. I got the under the tongue not throw up for 8 hours, and I'm still chumming.
Yeah.
But I'm still out there.
Hey,
I
you
was
got
like,
to go.
man, it's the love
Sometimes
for
it's
the
worth it.
outdoors.
Sometimes it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when I know something bad, like chumming like that, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a good day. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be, cause I was like rolling 4-footers on that old squaw hunt, hanging out. I was just worried about my gun not going in the lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the
Because you're
only thing,
leaning it up on the top of that thing, and you're like, oh,
you know.
it might slide
That-
over the side, and your heart drops. You're like, oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I mean, well, so like our main goals is not more to bounce back is to get a fish camp, get us a new trailer, and then maybe get us a side by side to get up them hills a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
easier for the vets. That's the main ticket items that we're trying to get. But we, like I said, we'll use the money to get vets out in the outdoors before we buy all that
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
So.
And where can everybody find you guys?
Our biggest platform is on Facebook. There's multiple pages. There's a support page for all that anybody to be on. There's a national page at the Fallen Outdoors, and then there's a national page. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. There's a national page for all veterans, and then there's a Midwest page, a Southern region page, a West Coast page and an East Coast page. On the All Veterans Community page, during Christmas time, we do a 25 days of Christmas where we give away over $100,000 in gifts. Each day leading up to Christmas, there'll be seven individuals giving away gifts a day. So they'll get on there and say, like, "Hello, TFO Nation. My name is Scott Kobylski from the Fallen Outdoors Team Ohio, and I'm giving away a buck knife." And then comment, "Thank you, Brian," to be entered, and then you random lottery pick and you send them the knife. But
Okay.
it's all donations that staffers have collected around the country during the year, and we end up giving away over $100,000 in gifts as a whole organization. Like last year, TJ gave away a Hawk scope.
Yeah.
The year before, I gave away a turkey vest. So you can just get on that All Veterans Community page during Christmas time and get a gift.
That's awesome. Well, I'll make sure to link all that stuff down in the description as well, so that people can find it if they're looking for it. And I appreciate you guys coming on. This has been
Yeah.
awesome.
Appreciate you having us on, Brian.
Yeah,
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
you're welcome. Yeah, it's awesome to get the word out there. I think what you guys are doing is incredible. Anything that I can do to help, I'm obviously going to help. So it's I think we're going to hopefully reach a lot of people, and hopefully you guys just keep growing and growing. It's awesome.
Thank you for what you do, and hope to get with you in the outdoors soon. And
Yeah.
take care.
Hey, we'll be out there. I appreciate it, guys.
All
All
right.
right, take
Appreciate
care.
it, man.
If you
Later.
guys aren't subscribed already, please be sure to subscribe. Use the code TMH18 for 18% off at 𝐤𝐤𝐤.com. And we'll catch you guys on the next episode.